The next main area of SalesScripter is this reporting area. And these are reports that will help you to have very clear visibility as to either what's going on with your prospects or what's going on with your salespeople if you're in a sales management role. And the first option here is email reports. And I'll just show you a few of these very quickly, but we provide email reports that show you very quickly and exactly what's going on with all of the emails that you're sending out. So we have this email performance report, and it's actually broken up by subject line, and you can see exactly how all of the different emails you're sending are performing in terms of email opens, which ones prospects are clicking on, the open rate, the click rate, which ones prospects are unsubscribing from. And with this data, it will be much easier for you to fine-tune your emails and make changes so that they perform at an optimum level. It's also very easy for you to get open and click data to see which prospects are engaging with your emails. But if you actually want to have a list of prospects that have opened emails or clicked on links, you can run a report and have a list of prospects. And you can very easily select these prospects on this report and add them to one of your lists. For example, you could shoot out an email to 1,000, 10,000 people and then run a report to see which prospects clicked on links in that email, and then turn that report into a call list so that you have a very targeted call list to use after you shoot out that email. The next area here is what we call interaction reports. And if you recall, the prospect points feature allows you or your salespeople to very precisely document what happens in all of the different interactions. Well, the really neat thing there is that every time you or your salespeople click and select a box, that selection is stored in the database. And then what we can do is we can very easily run reports on any of those selections. So if you happen to be a sales manager, you can very easily run a report to see how many times your salesperson was blocked by a gatekeeper, how many times they made calls without leaving voicemail messages, how many emails they sent, how many meetings they had, how many networking events they went to, and so on. And with this data, you will have extreme visibility into exactly what your salespeople are doing. And in a world that's using more and more remote workers, especially in sales, this data can be very helpful. With this data, you will know what a work-at-home salesperson is doing every day, more so than you would know what your salesperson is doing that sits in a cube outside of your office. We also have an objections report, which is a pie chart that shows the breakdown of all of the different objections either you or your salespeople are facing. This is extremely valuable data because it's the objections that are preventing your salespeople from being successful. So you can look at this data and actually see what you need to work on either for yourself if you're a salesperson, or what you need to work on and train with your salespeople to improve their performance. This can transform you from being a sales manager to being a sales coach. I've worked for a lot of sales managers, and they often ask me, what can I do to help you to be more successful? Well, when you're asking a salesperson that, maybe a new salesperson or a salesperson that is underperforming, you're asking the underperforming salesperson to figure out how to solve the problem. With this data, you're able to see the problem or see the area that you need to work on by seeing the objections that are the biggest problem for your salespeople. And what you can do with that data is you can then look at your objections map and look at your sales script to see if those objections are in your playbook. And maybe you can modify the objections, the objection responses, to make sure they position the salesperson for the most success. Or you may make time to practice and role play those particular objections with the sales team or with that particular salesperson. There's also an area here for prospect points. I showed you the page where prospect points can be logged. I showed you some of the charts on individual contacts where the points are displayed. This is a central place where the points are displayed for the sales team. So this list up here would be your sales team. And for each salesperson, you're able to see their quality points and their pursuit points for a particular period of time. This is not only a place that a sales manager can come come to see what's going on with the sales team and how hard they're working or how successful they are doing at building interest. But this is actually a place that the individual salespeople can come also to see how they're doing and to see how they compare to the rest of the sales team. This is where this tool really turns into sales gamification, because this will tell the salesperson how they compare to their colleagues, and no one will want to be at the bottom of the list and everyone will want to be at the top of the list, and this will increase their level of motivation to either perform better or make them feel good for all the effort that they're putting in. You could also use this chart to have contests and competitions for the most pursuit points or the most quality points for the week or for the month, and have a prize or a giveaway for the particular salesperson that performs best during that time period.